This is the Tom Bigby Tales podcast. I'm Shannon Evans, your host, and I write about a small town, Columbus, in Northeast Mississippi. Today's episode is called Pilgrimage or Pilferage. Based on the success of the Natchez Pilgrimage and the popularity of the romantic Southern-styled old Jim Crow-laced movies and the novels of the early 1930s and mid-1930s, the first pilgrimage occurred in Columbus in the spring of 1940. The first home selected by the committee to be included in that pilgrimage was based on how nice the home was and how well liked were its residents. It was a popularity contest then as well as now, apparently. 22 homes were on the tour that year, and Columbus Pilgrimage was born. Fast forward to 2012 when Nancy Carpenter, now the CVB and foundation director, stated they sold over 500 tickets on the closing Saturday of that year's pilgrimage. Carpenter claimed that Columbus surpassed Natchez by more than $8 million in tourism revenue. In the previous year, 2011, 2,950 tickets were sold to home tours, but no concrete numbers appear to be published for 2012. In 2013, Carpenter claimed that the year was the most lucrative. She stated 10,000 people attended and ticket sales were between $55,000 and $60,000 of revenue. 775 people additionally rode the double-decker bus and 500 carriage rides were sold. And the homeowners asked, so where's the money? There are no figures available for 2014, 2015, and 2016. And the homeowners again asked, where's the money? In 2017, early numbers were said to have been around 1,000 tickets were sold. Again, the homeowners asked, where's the money? In 2018, Carpenter infers they could make $1 million. Gosh, where did those dollars go? In 2019, it was announced that the pilgrimage brought 8,000 to 10,000 visitors, bringing in $90,000 in ticket sales per a May 24th, 2019 article in the Dispatch referencing Carter's assessment of the event. Where's that money? And where is it reflected in the budget? Asked the homeowners. I've had multiple people, homeowners and former board members, as well as former employees, bring up concerns about accounting of the monies and the tickets. It is attested by multiple people that before the pilgrimage was removed from the CVB and the foundation, Carpenter and her now deceased husband, Carol, and their daughter, an adult, Molly Jane, who were at the time placed on the payroll without board approval during pilgrimage, would take the tickets and the money and the credit card receipts to a room in the CVB's offices and close the door and count each day's take. Then her daughter, Molly Jane, would take the money to the bank to deposit the funds. Now, if that's not a situation that screams ethical complaint, I don't know what is. There has never been an actual audit produced based on number of tickets realistically sold and the amount of the dollars deposited. How can there be when Nancy holds all sales receipts and all dollars? There is absolutely no accountability. But let's look at other questions the homeowners had for Carpenter besides tickets, numbers sold, and monies gathered. Why did the homeowners leave the CVB Foundation? Well, that's a complicated question that goes far beyond ticket sales and goes back to the planning and preparation for the marketing and advertising for the event. Such an event, in order to be successful, requires months and months of preparation and many project management dates along the way. The homeowners felt that Carpenter waited to the last minute to do any promotional work for the organization despite her sizable budget dedicated to those specific events. Please reference that an earlier podcast on which I focus on that. Prior to the split in Carpenter's early days with the CVB as director and the homeowners, of the pilgrimage. The homeowners created a list of questions and began asking them early and often to Carpenter. Here are a few from what was on that list. How many tickets were sold to pilgrimage homes last year? Meaning, we need some accountability. When were the brochures distributed this year? She's notorious for not getting them out until just a few weeks before pilgrimage. Who is in charge of getting those brochures distributed? How many motor coach tours did we have this year? In 2023, there were none. How many coach tours have you booked so far this year? Who is in charge of that? The list went on, but you get the picture. They wanted to hold her accountable. She did not like the questions and hates accountability, and yet is perpetually late and last minute in promoting the event, resulting in cost overruns and rush mailing and production fees for last minute orders. She has been heard to say in more than one setting, "I don't do tourism." Well, whether she's being flippant and funny or if she's serious, you're right, Nancy Carpenter. You don't do tourism, and that's precisely why you are not fit for a job at the CVB or at the foundation, because you actually don't do tourism. Thank you for listening in on my podcast. Until next time, I'm Shannon Evans, and this is the Tom Bigby Tales. Remember to like, subscribe, and share.